Hey, what's going on everybody? Jason here, bringing you a really fun video. Just picked up this really old Peavey Bandit 112. This is from the 90s. I'm going to guess somewhere around the mid-90s, and this is the exact amp I bought, my first amp ever in high school back in the early 90s, because I'm 45 and I'm old. The main reason I picked up another small amp is me and my wife are moving back to our home state of Arizona. We'll be staying with somebody for a period of time, and I will not be able to set up my recording studio, so I would like at least a small amp just to practice and jam on until we get our own place. Aside from that, I also picked this up. I see these come up every now and then. What you just heard in the beginning intro is this amp mic'd up. This amp sounds freaking amazing, and in my opinion, it is the best sounding amp for its size. It is the Peavey, here's my head right by it. It's got a 12 in it. It's pretty decent size, and it's freaking heavy as shit. The other thing is, this is American made, has a Peavey Scorpion speaker in it. Actually came with a foot switch. Still have that after 25 years. The gentleman who sold it to me. In my opinion, this is the best sounding amp for its size on the market. It wasn't that long ago, maybe a year ago, I picked up one of the brand new Peavey Vipers that I don't even know whether they hit the market. There was one at Guitar Center. I picked it up and brought it home and sounded like garbage. So I don't know what's going on with technology these days, but this amp is freaking badass. And if you guys can find one, I highly recommend you pick it up. Make sure it's the Peavey Bandit 112 with the Scorpion. This is the Bandit 112 American-made solo series. Badass freaking amp. But it is old, and it has 25 years worth of dirt and dust on it. So we're going to take this apart and clean it all up, put it back together, and then we're going to mess with it. I'm going to mic it up, and we're going to see what kind of sounds we can get on this in the Reaper recording program. However, this is really hard to clean. The texture on a lot of these amps, it's really thick texture. It's hard to get the dirt out, so I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to clean it. I'm thinking I need to get the speaker out and get the head out, and once I strip everything down, I might be able to just hose it off real quick. Clearly there's wood underneath, and I got to be careful with that, but I think most of it is sealed with this. All the texture, the coating is still on there, so I think I might be able to just hose it off. We will see once I get everything out, but yeah, what you heard in the beginning of this video, that's this amp. This thing freaking screams, man. It's awesome, but the only thing that sucks about this, I didn't notice, one of the knobs right here is busted off. There's a nub sticking out, you can still turn it, but my OCD, man, it bugs me. I didn't notice it when I got it, but it still works. It's okay. It's 25 years old. If that's the only thing that's wrong with it, that's fine. Still has a nice emblem on here. Thing still looks great. But let me show you a quick close-up. Okay, so here's your foot switch, select effects, reverb, and you can see how much dirt and dust is on here. You can see all this grime around. And here's the bottom of the amp. If you look close, you can really see what I mean by this thing being dirty. It's hard to see it far away. Scorpion equipped, made in USA. You can see all the dirt. More than likely there's hopefully, I think there's gonna be a lot of dirt inside by the speaker, a lot of dust. I don't know, might be protected pretty cool. The one thing if you guys know what this GND is, I don't know if that's ground, let me know what this is. But there's your power, Bandit 112, American made solo series. Got your reverb, send and return for effects. Here's your voicing for your distortion, superstat, post gain. Basically, this is your bass, middle, and treble. And here's the knob that's busted off. You can still turn that thing, and then here's your clean channel. You got low, mid, high, presence. There's your volume. Basically, you can switch between your channels, and you got a bright or unbright sound, high, low gain. Okay, here is the back. And these two slats will come off. There are screws right here. So I'm going to remove those two right there, and then I could probably get the speaker out, take the front panel off, and then we'll get this off. But here's Peavey Electronics, handcrafted in the USA, 200 watts. Telling you guys this is a badass amp. Power amp in, remote switch, preamp out. Well, it looks like we got 80 watts RMS. That sounds a little bit more realistic than 200. And there's your speaker, and you got this crazy freaking beast of a speaker in there. This is the Scorpion speaker. Okay, guys, and so here's kind of the top. You can see this dirt that's just like caked in there. I have a plastic bristle brush that I can get it wet and scrub it, but you know, I'm thinking if I just get real close and hose this sucker off real quick, I'll take off all the hardware and everything. I'm gonna take some WD-40, these screws, take the rust off. Maybe even paint these corners. That's not a bad idea. Maybe paint the corners again. I don't know, guys. Man, maybe we'll just rip all this off and refinish the wood. I don't know. Probably not. All right, I'm gonna take this to the garage and we'll start taking it apart. Okay, I got the reverb plate out, which looks like it just slips into this little thing right here. This can definitely get hosed off with water. This is all vinyl, plastic, whatever. And it looks like it was just screwed in there with 2 screws, one on each side. And this is the whole reverb plate, spring, sorry, which sits in there. Which technically, you don't even need this, honestly. I guess it does help, it kind of covers it. You can just mount this in like that. But, I'll probably put it back the way it was. But I mean, you can just see how dirty this is. Okay, here's the inside of the head right here, all the circuits, which looks amazingly clean, which it should be because it's completely sealed when it's screwed up into the top of that wood. So there really is no way dirt or anything should get in here. And man, this looks, for 25 years old, looks good. And there's the broken piece, which, yeah, kind of a pain in the ass to replace that. All right, the box is all by itself. Let's figure out how to clean this thing. Okay, one thing I noticed, this entire piece right here that the speaker screws into is not entirely stable. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry, I'm shaking the phone. There you go. It's not entirely attached to this, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drill a couple pilot holes and drill 2 or 3 screws in the sides here to anchor that and make it much more secure. Okay guys, time to put all this back together. This is all scattered around. Everything's cleaned though. Took the air compressor to the screen, wiped down the sides, cleaned the speaker. Speaker looks really nice now. Just kind of wiped it down. Cleaned most of the dust off of this part. A little bit there. That's fine, you won't see much of that. I'm gonna turn this over for safety reasons. Cleaned the hardware, just wiped it, looks brand new. There's the bag for the reverb spring. Those two back pieces all nice and clean. And my wife painted the face right here for me. So that'll be nice solid black. And yeah, we're just gonna, time to put this back together and jam out. All right guys, there we go. Look how nice she looks now. When I cleaned the stomp box also, and I don't know if I cleaned up here by the knobs very well. I might have to go back over that, but that looks good. But if you look at it now, if you look down there, oh, it's all nice and clean. There's some scratches there, but no, this thing's, oh, so nice. Looks like it came off the assembly line, which pisses me off that this knob is broken. One day I'll get that fixed. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Now I'm gonna set up my phone, and I'm gonna set up that over there. And then I'm just gonna just put my phone in the room, and we're just gonna record what it sounds like in here. It's gonna be very roomy sound, echoes in here. But we're just gonna set this up, we're just gonna jam. And then after that, I'm gonna mic it up, and we're gonna run it through Reaper and see what kind of sounds we can get. All right, we got the Peavey Bandit all hooked up, ready to go. I'm using an actual guitar cable, my Jackson 7-string, got the foot switch on the floor. I turned everything up to the noon position except for the reverb I got turned down, and obviously the volume. So let's turn it on and let's jam a little bit. Let's mess with this. Let's turn down the mids a little bit here. It's a little mid-rangey. Oh, it's a little... Get some presence. Really nice clean tone sound. All right, let's crank up some reverb here. Might have to hit it. So there is a bright switch on there too, which kind of cranks it up, basically brings up your high end a little bit. Now let's go to our distortion over here. kind of more of your crunch right there. Because right there you've got your gain, your distortion all the way up, but it's just more of a crunch. And we got two other channels here. Alright guys, I think that sounds pretty damn good for a 25-year-old amp. Let's mic it up and let's hook up Reaper and see what kind of sounds we can get. Alright guys, I got everything hooked up over here. I got the Peavey Bandit amp. I got a Sennheiser mic on it. I am using my Swift wireless audio system, wireless guitar cable. I'm not using the guitar cable to my guitar because I got too many wires around here. So I'm using that wireless system, the Swift audio, and my Jackson 7-string. And this is the song. I'll show you real quick this test I got going on here. That's the test I got going. Now we're gonna try to duplicate that sound, miking up this Peavey amp. And the one thing I cannot have this amp on. Hear that? So the microphone on my chest is picking up the feedback from that. So when I'm talking, I gotta turn the amp off. I forgot to tell you guys I do have a gate. The gate plugin, I have the rear gate here. I have that pulled up on the guitar track, because if I don't, then you just hear the feedback through the amp mic. And I turn on the gate, and then it goes away. However, you hear it in this microphone. So let me turn that off. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the video here. I could keep going with this and keep messing with this. You guys aren't going to watch this for an hour, which this video is probably already a freaking hour long, because it's pretty long. But, yeah, I mean, not a bad sound for a little combo amp. This little Peavey Bandit sounds pretty damn good. I'm actually not very good at miking up an amp, so I think what I did sound pretty good. I'm used to using the amp simulators, the software on the program, so the fact that I got that sound pretty quickly, it's not bad. For you guys that are more experienced, you could probably get a crushing sound with this. So anyway, if you guys ever have a chance, you can go on Guitar Center's website right now. I saw a few of these used for about around 150, 140. They can ship it to you, whatnot. There are still some of these out there. And if you guys have a chance to pick one of these up, the Peavey Bandit 112. It is the solo series, American made. It's got the Scorpion speaker. Pick one up. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Stay metal out there.